One of these days I'll figure it out. What's happening, guys? Hello everyone. How's everybody doing today? It is another great day in the market. Green candles everywhere, right? So I'm sure everybody is starting to be like, is it alt season? Have we started alt season? Is it alt season? There was definitely some money to be made in the markets. So a couple of things I wanted to definitely point out to you guys. A couple of them we caught in the Moon Lounge, and boy, oh boy, there was some money to be made. So anyways, obviously these are those days. You guys remember 2017? Today kind of feels like 2017, doesn't it? Anyway. Yeah, let's jump into it here. So still way too many cryptocurrencies on the market at 1,855, but we did have a massive increase in market cap over the last 2 days or so. We've added about $20 billion. 24-hour volume is $16 billion, which historically I would have said was not great, but in the last, in the last couple, like say 6 weeks or so, has been phenomenal. So lots of money come back into the market in the last 24 hours or so, and I think there's probably pretty much everybody on YouTube is predicting we finally made it. Well, maybe we did. I'm still not convinced yet, but boy, oh boy, there is definitely, when this kind of action happens, this is the fun time to play the swing trades. So let's have a look. Yeah, dead cat bounce. I think you're actually not far off the mark there, Epia. I'm not entirely convinced it's not a dead cat bounce. However, like I said, tons of money to be made. So let's look at Bitcoin. What are we running up against here? In fact, let me look at this one. And what I'm concerned with here, guys, is the double top that we saw happen the other day. Is we are right there again, right? Do you see? Let me brighten that up for you. Let me pick a brighter blue. There, you see? 1, 2, so we had wicked off it and bounced back down. So right now we wicked off it again, and unfortunately there on the 4-hour I do see sell side pressure starting to dip a little bit. But I will say this, I am feeling froggy, and I'm probably going to re-enter the market with a little bit of my fiat stack at this point. Particularly with an eye on Ethereum. I was eyeing that $250 range. It could come into that sometime. I don't know, right? I'm not 100% convinced that we've hit this bull market yet, guys. But the direction of movement has been great. I had some buys down in at the 250 level and just didn't quite make it, right? Just barely didn't make it by the wicks. So anyway, loving to see the price right now. Very happy with it, and showing some strong fundamentals in Ethereum, as we know. So let's see, is this still a buy the dip situation since we're still low? Well, let's talk about that. Let's look at that. So let's see, I got what indicators to use. So Connor Dillon, you can actually see what indicators I use right here on this chart, because these are the indicators I use to trade. So if you want to see what they are, I'll open up my little window here. So I use the moving average cross, I use volume, I use 50, 20, and 100 period moving averages, and I occasionally use the Bollinger Bands. So that's what I use in the main chart. Additionally, I use the moving average convergence divergence, paying particular attention to the histogram. I also like the stochastic RSI, the lazy bear squeeze momentum, and the wave trend cross. All of these things together have really started to I have found that for me, these things together, I can get a pretty good, clear picture of what's going on, and feel a little bit safer about where to place my trade. So I hope that answers your question. Obviously, tons of indicators you can use. Number of the traders in our community use different ones. Amal likes the Ichimoku cloud. It's kind of similar to the Bollinger Bands. There's a number of different setups, so it really depends on your trading style and what you're trying to do. Volume, for sure, volume. See the volume here? That's the volume. So, all right, that's why I buy Zen Cash for the secure nodes and get paid to hold that coin. Well, yeah, good for you. I hold a little Zen Cash myself, and I do like Rob Viglione. That guy is an interesting dude and well-spoken and smart. So I got a little bit of Zen Cash myself. All right, let's see here. What else? Dead cat bounce. Tether did well. Wait for alt holders for the past 2 days. Yeah, that'll happen. I mean, look at that, guys. The Bitcoin dominance went we were up well over 50. We were like 53, 54%. It was getting pretty high. So back down to 50, and lots of money flowing back into the altcoins today. Thoughts on A-Chain? Actually, you know what's funny? I actually met those guys. I think A-Chain's solid. I think they are very underrepresented out of China, but I met them when in Puerto Rico at Blockchain Unbound, and I think it's a pretty solid project. Just primarily has focused on the Asian market and hasn't really done a lot of marketing in the United States. So that is my thoughts on A-Chain, but we can get into that more a little bit later. In fact, I touched on that, just saying that I think that they're a solid project in the wallet video that I did the other day. So be sure to go take a look at that. All right, let's see. What's up? Depends on if you're a trader or a long-term holder, says Stacking Nines. Yeah, I would say it all depends. Prices have been unbelievable if you're just trying to add to the long-term stack. I will even admit I had become a victim to some of the FUD, and was just sitting aside waiting for the bottom. But guys, it's boring to sit inside and wait for the bottom. So I'm going to get back in and make some little swings here and there where I can, just where I see them to set up. Which, by the way, I would like to point out that the TRX call, or I'm sorry, not TRX, but Zero Exchange call that I made is still playing out perfectly. So if you were able to ride on that before, let's just go ahead over and take a look. So this was my previous call, was saying, I would pick it up between 11,620 and 11,999, and then I'm sorry, pick it up between 11,990 and 12,900 with a stop at 11,620, exiting by 13 to 14.5, and that's all still pretty well in play. Although now I would lower my exit to well, actually I'd be taking some profits right about now. So I should probably adjust that call. But I was just noticing it's still traveling just perfectly in that channel. So I suspect it's going to go bounce off of this line right here, which it's showing me to do. And we'll see it break down a little bit. And I think it'll bounce off that line again. So that is one I will definitely keep you guys updated on. In fact, let me go ahead and move this over and update this right now. So this is, let me make myself a note. We got buys from, I'm going to say buys from 10.7 Is that right? Not sure. Yeah, I'll say 10.7. Buys from 10.7 to 11.504. And I'd set my stop. Look at the percentage there. What we got? So from here to about here, 20% potential upside. And what did I say? From 10.7, close enough. And yep, stop it. 10.3. Whoops. What's going on there? And again, guys, these are whole number psychology, so I don't recommend this. I'm not saying exactly this, but this is around the area that I would start to look. So anyways, updating that one, and let's say an exit between say exits from 11.8 to 12.4. Oops. All right, and that is how I'm going to play that one. So, anyways, guys, wanted to point that one out. That that trade has still been in play. I still think Zero Exchange is going to have a lot of long-term use if that is going to be the token that Coinbase ends up utilizing as their decentralized exchange, which is the rumor. just the rumor, but you know what they say, folks. Anyway, all right. What else? Yeah, let's just jump into what I saw. So you probably guessed it by the thumbnail. Good God, if you were in any of these trades in the last 2 days, you have cleaned house. So congratulations to everybody who did. Let's just start with the big winner. Holy shnikes. Look at ZIL